Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time of day it is. Namaste, yogis. Great to see you, or great to be connected like this. Um, this is called Inner Peace Yoga today, and we'll do the connection to our breath through the alternate nostril breathing. So we want to sit up nice and tall. And we're going to go ahead and take our index and middle finger, place it between the eyebrow, centered a little above the forehead. We'll take turns using our thumb and our ring finger to close each nostril, alternate. So go ahead and start with closing the right nostril. Inhale through the left, close the left, exhale right, inhale right, close right with your thumb, exhale left, inhale left, close left with your ring finger, exhale right, inhale right, close right, exhale left, inhale left, close left. Continue on, inhaling and exhaling and alternating nostrils. Take deep inhales, take full exhales, and try to elongate your exhale a little bit longer than your inhale. And continue on. We do alternate nostril breathing to balance the energy on the left and the right side of the body. Bring it into center. It helps calm the nervous system. You can feel the effects right after the breathing. Then we could just sit after your last exhale on the right nostril. Go ahead and release the hands down to the knees. And we could just sit for a moment and feel that calming energy we've created. So you can do this alternate nostril breathing anytime you need, just to have that calm, centered feeling. So we use our breath to tap into that peace that we always have within us. And although we can't change everything in the world, we can begin to change by calming, centering, and helping to nurture ourselves first. Tap into that peace, and then we can make change and do what we need to do in the world and in our homes. But the first person we start with is always ourselves. Let's go ahead and we're going to stay in a Sukhasana, seated pose. We'll inhale, lift your arms, stretch up to the sky, grab onto one wrist, and just gently pull down to the side, opening the side body. Inhale, come to center, switch wrists, grab onto the other wrist, and just gently pull, opening the other side. Back to center, and switch. Back to center, and switch. Go ahead and float those arms back down. We can have hands back on the knees. We'll just do some rotations with our torso. Clockwise, just go around. And we can rotate the other way. Inhaling in slowly and out. And back to center. Let's take a deep inhale, sitting up tall, and we're going to roll our shoulders. And down, and in, and around. And then I'll meet you in a tabletop hands and knees position for our cat-cows. So we'll come here, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and we'll go ahead and round and lower the head, lower the tail, and come back up, arch your back down, lift your head, lift your spine. Exhale and inhale, reverse. And continue on. And I'll put some music on for our practice today. And continue on with your cat-cows at your own pace. Do a few more. And let's lift up into the air. We're going to fan up our right hand up in the air. We'll thread the needle, pull it through between the left arm, between the knee, and just rest your right cheek on the mat. Stay here if this feels good right here. Or go ahead and begin to lift the left leg behind you, a few inches off the ground. And just enjoy this moment. If you want to fan that leg around up so it's in line with the right hand, you can do so right now. If you want that extra bit of balance challenge, you can take the left hand and put it behind you, rest it on the right hip crease. And go ahead and come out of this pose slowly. When we lift, we inhale, that arm comes back up and back down. Let's inhale the left arm up and it comes back down. And then it threads through. Left cheek on the mat, right leg behind us. And we can stay here. We can lift the leg a little and swing it around so it's in line with the left hand. If you're feeling extra adventurous today, bring that right arm behind you. Rest it on the left hip crease. And slowly and gently come out of this pose. Swing that arm up, back up in the air. And it comes back down. Walk your hands a little bit in front of you. And we'll do some full body rotations. Coming down, up. Bend the elbows, come around in a circle. Circle the body, warm up that body. Slowly and gently at your own pace. We're matching breath to movement. We can take some circles in the other direction. And then let's push back into a child's pose. Open the knees, toes together, and push all the way back. Relax. Tap into your inner child here in child's pose. Children can remain in peace through many things. Notice how they're able to stay in the present moment most of the time. And we can learn to do that this moment right now. Have all the conditions for happiness and peace. Let's walk our hands back up. And we'll press our body. Let's walk our hands back a little in front of us and stretch out, lifting our hips, downward facing dog. My first dog, those calves might be tight. We may want to warm up the calves. My dog pedaling it out here. Left and right. Bend the knee. Straighten the opposite leg. Hover the knees over the mat. Drop the knees so they're a few inches off the mat. And then lift through the tail, through the spine. How high can you lift all the way as your torso drops down towards the thighs? Your hips are high. And your calves begin to extend down to the mat. Look between the hands and walk to the front of the mat. And slowly we meet. Hands at heart center. Continuing to tap into that inner peace. We'll work on our sun salutations here. Release. Inhale, rise. Slight cross the thumbs, slight arch in the back. And slowly exhale. Fold forward. Knees can have a bend to them as our hands come to the sticky mat, to your mat. Plant the hands down to the mat. Extend the right leg behind you. Knee to mat. Low lunge. Press the hands down. Begin to bring 2 feet behind you. Left foot comes back. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Body comes forward into plank pose. Exhale. We drop our knees. Hips, belly, ribs. We roll down to the mat. Inhale through the crown of the head, the neck, the shoulders, the spine lifts. No pressure in our hands. Cobra. Press into the hands, tuck the toes, push and drive up through the hips. Downward facing dog. Look between the hands, the right foot steps between hands, left follows. Inhale, rise. Hands at heart center. Release the hands and rise. And fold forward. Left leg draws back, knee to the mat. Low lunge. Shin is vertical. Press into the hands, into the mat. Right foot steps back, downward dog. Inhale to plank. Hips, belly, ribs roll down to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Using my entire spine. Exhale, tuck toes. Press up into downward facing dog. Look between the hands. Step the left foot and the right foot to the front. Inhale and rise. Release and rise. Exhale, fold forward. Right leg draws back. Knee to mat or low lunge with a straight leg behind you. Your choice. Press hands. Downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. We can knees, hips, belly, ribs all the way down to the mat, or we could slowly chaturanga, yoga push-up, your choice. Slowly begin to draw the body down, bending those elbows close to the body. Inhale, cobra. Stay here in the low cobra or press into the hands and lift into a higher cobra if you'd like. Tuck the toes, lift from the hips, draw up, downward facing dog. Look between the hands, step the right, then the left. Inhale and rise. Hands on heart center. Release and rise. Forward fold. Left leg draws back, knee to mat, or straight behind me, your choice. Press into the mat, 2 feet behind me, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, knees, hips, belly, ribs, or yoga push-up, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look between the hands, left foot steps up, then the right. Inhale and rise. Hands at heart center. We'll repeat the last salutation, focusing breath, connecting it to movement. Inhale and rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, right leg back, low lunge. Left leg back, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right and the left. Slowly rise. Hands at heart center. Release and rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, left leg back, low lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot. Then our right. And rise back to heart center. Let's come to the center of our mat. We're going to stand in our mountain pose, nice grounding pose. Feet hip width apart. Hands gently come to our sides. Weight equally distributed over my left and right. You can stand here with eyes closed if I'd like. Fill up the ribs with a deep inhale. And then exhale, everything comes out. Take another deep inhale. Connecting ourselves, mind, body, spirit. Working in integration together. Remembering my inner peace. Tapping into the inner child. I'm going to sit back into my invisible chair. Chair pose. So I'm squatting down, shins stay straight. Push back into that chair. Hands are at the sides of my head. Hands come to heart center and gently stand back into mountain. Hands stay at heart center. Go ahead and release into that invisible chair. I'm going to take a twist. I'm twisting to my left and I'm opening the hands when I get there. So open the arms up and stretch. Gaze is over the left shoulder. Hands back at heart center. Inhale, and then we're going to slowly fold forward, dive down. Release the hands. And let's just grab the elbows and just ragdoll it out here. Just release the body. Inhale, hands come under the knees. Halfway lift. Spine is straight. And go ahead and forward fold again. Release down. Inhale, lift. Rise. Hands come back to heart center. Sitting back into our invisible chair. Take that twist over to the right now. Whatever side you need to do, the opposite one. Open the hands. Fan them up and down. Looking, gaze over the right shoulder. Letting the breath flow freely in and out. And release back. Take that imaginary dive forward and just relax into the forward fold. Halfway lift. And all the way down. Inhale and rise. Okay, we'll practice a standing balance here. And we'll go ahead and lift the right leg. And just stay right here. This is good. Just stay right here. This feels good for you. If you'd like to, you can use your peace fingers. Oops. Grab around the right toe. So make a lock. You can grab the big toe on the right. Left hand can come to hip. You can begin to extend that leg straight out in front of you. Stay here if this feels good. If you want that extra balance challenge, open up the leg to the side. Nice. Remember to set that gaze. The trick to these balances is, of course, practice. Slow and steady. And set that gaze and center that breath. Slow, steady breaths. Okay. Let's go ahead and bend the other knee. So we're just standing here, my knee bent. I can bring my right hand to my side right here, resting on the hip. I want to reach around with my peace fingers, index and middle finger around the left toe. I could try to extend it forward. I want to swing it open. Don't forget to set that gaze. And go and gently release. Let's just come down into a child's pose. Remember, this child's pose is always available to you throughout the practice. Open the knees, toes together, sit back, enjoy a child's pose. Tapping into our inner child, our inner peace. The child within us remembers how to keep that peace, how to live in the moment. Let's walk the hands. Standing on our knees. All the way, just come to a standing on our knees position. Swing the right leg out in front of you. Hands to the hips. Let's place the hands to the side. We're just going to gently bend over that right straight leg. Bring the foot down and press your body forward. So we're going to take that stretch. I feel the left hip opening. Stretch it forward. And back. Lift the foot. We can bend over that leg again. Plant the foot and stretch it forward. Make sure that shin is straight. Plant the left hand down. Swing the right hand up and stretch. Right hand comes down. Bring the right leg back and bring the left leg forward. Straight in front of us and fold over that left leg. Plant the foot down and then push forward. Inhale and stretch the back right hip and alternate back and forth a few times. Back and forth. Let's take one more stretch over that leg again, the left leg. And back. Shin straight. Walk that foot back. Plant the right hand down. Inhale, left arm comes up. and back down. Let's bring our bodies. We're going to come, push, tuck the tail. We're going to come into downward facing dog. Then we tuck the toes, lift the tail, down dog. This time we're going to kick the right leg behind us, three-legged dog. Lift that leg up high. Swing it in. Knee comes to chest and draw it forward. Spin the left foot down. Inhale, warrior one. Inhale, lift. Right leg comes to as much of a 90-degree angle as we can. Shin is straight. Lower the hands and gently clasp them behind us. And my torso is resting on my thigh. Release the hands down. Walk that back leg. We're going to come into a standing splits. So we could stay here, just lift that back leg up a little bit. Plant the hands. And if you want to come into more range of motion, begin to bend the head forward toward the leg, lift that back leg, standing splits. So steady breaths. And release that back leg down. Both feet to the back. Downward dog. Let's take our vinyasa, plank, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. This time, the left leg draws, kicks back and up. Begin to bring that leg, knee to chest, reach it through, spin the right heel down. Inhale, lift, warrior one. My heels of my feet can trace a line. Alignment with the heels, more or less in a line. Torso straight over leg, more or less. And begin to bring the torso down towards the thigh. Hands are releasing down. And behind us, we can clasp them as we rest our body on our thigh. Go ahead and drop the hands down, a little bit in front of the foot. Trace the back leg up. Begin to play with lifting that back leg. If that feels good, lift it a little more. Go to your own edge. Bring the head towards the standing leg a little more. Back leg can lift a little more. Bend the front standing leg and release slowly. 2 feet to the back. Downward dog. Stay here in your downward dog or take a vinyasa. We'll meet in downward dog. Either way, your choice. Plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. This time, swing the right leg back. Bring it through again. Warrior one. Step it through. Slight incline. The left foot slightly turns in. And let's go ahead and bring the body up. Trace that foot up a little bit. Plant the hands down in front of you. You can keep that right hand on the mat, on the floor, and start to bring the left hand up, if that feels good. The left leg straight behind you. Half moon pose. Remember to steady the body, steady the breath, steady the gaze. Fix the gaze in one specific point in front of you. And release. Back into your downward dog. Let's pedal it out here. Knees could come down a little bit and hips shoot back up. Heels come towards the mat. Lift the left leg behind you and tuck in that knee and bring that foot through. Spin the back foot down. Inhale over the left leg. Warrior one. Drop the torso down. Start to tiptoe back the back foot. As you come down, plant the hands. Keep the left hand steady on the ground in front of you. Lift the right leg behind you. Inhale, right hand comes up. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Leg straight behind me. And release. Release all the way down. Come back. Let's meet our inner child in child's pose. Breathing in that peace that's available to me all the time. Okay, walk our hands back. Come to the knees. Bring the right leg, bring the right knee up, right leg up. And let's swing that foot so it's walking up in front of me. The left leg traces back. The right leg's creating a check mark type shape in front of me. I'm coming into my pigeon pose. Weight over both sides of the body. Stay here. And walk all the way down. Hi, Ref. And walk the hands up. And we'll go ahead and swing that leg behind us. Kick it straight behind us. Maybe rotate the ankle a little bit. Bend it. And then plant the right knee. The left knee comes up. Swing it up. The right leg stretches all the way straight and back into my pigeon pose, that check mark shape with my left leg now. I'm going to walk down over the leg. Walk it back. Let's bring that left leg back. Straighten it. Maybe kick it back and forth a few times. And release. Hi, Deepa. Down dog. This time we're going to go ahead and bring the right leg back. And just for fun, you may still be able to do this. You may have done this as a kid. You may not have. But since we're tapping into our inner child today, go ahead and walk the foot forward. Go to your personal edge. Do not go beyond it. So wherever you are with your splits, just feel how that feels. Feel what the body's doing. Not in a space of discomfort, but in a space of growth. Walk those legs apart. Just breathe into that briefly. And release. Gently and carefully. And then do the other leg. We'll go ahead and slowly, Rafi. Okay, Raphael. Can you come here, please? And then we're going to walk the left leg forward. I'm thinking, please, about 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes. Okay, we're going to gently walk the left leg forward. Each side might be very different or similar. Every body's different. Just attempt that feeling. What does it feel like? Don't push, no injuries. Yoga is not about push, push, push. It's about ease and peace. And then gently come out. Let's swing our legs in front of us. And we're going to sit in our Dandasana. Staff pose. Legs are straight in front of us. Resting on my sits bones. Spine is straight. Inhale, arms come up. And then exhale, gently fold forward. And release. Walk the hands back. This time, hug in your left knee and rest it down. The palm of the foot, the base of the foot comes to the inner thigh. Inhale and stretch over that right straight leg. Walk your hands back. Send the leg back down, hugging your right. Bottom of the foot comes to the inner thigh. Inhale and release over the left leg. Walk the hands back up. Bring the palms of your feet together. Bottoms of the feet. Go ahead and grab the tops of the toes with the hands. Inhale, sit tall. And exhale, fold forward, butterfly stretch. Lock the body back. Let's go ahead and recline back. So straighten those legs. Sit all the way back. Keep our knees bent and lay back down to the mat. The middle fingers can come to the back of the heels. Inhale, lift the pelvis, lift the spine, push into bridge pose. You can clasp the hands behind the back. And gently release. Drop the left leg down. Inhale, bring the right leg up. Hug that right knee into the body. Go ahead and gently straighten it. So it comes straight. Just lift that right leg straight in the air. You can grab around the back of the leg with the hands. Clasp the hands. You could stay here. You could gently pull the straight leg towards the body. If you want to walk the hands up, whatever feels good for your body. Hug in that right leg and send it down. Go ahead and hug in the left. Straighten the left. Clasp behind that leg. Just leave it right here. Or gently bring it closer to the body. You can walk the hands up. And send it back down. Go ahead and have the knees up again. We're going to windshield wiper out those legs. Drop them to the right and to the left. Back to center. cactus your arms. So cactus arms are like goalpost arms. So the arms come to the sides, bend at the elbows, hands are up. Cross the right leg over left. And then gently drop the legs to the right. You feel that twist on the left side. And back to center. Cross left leg over right. And then drop the legs down to the left. Feel the stretch over the right side now. And back to center. Release my body down into Shavasana. And we'll do some yoga nidra, yoga relaxation here. Going ahead, you're going to scan the body, just noticing if there's any tension right now. Focus entirely on the right leg. Lift the right leg a few inches off the floor. Just lift the whole right leg, flex the foot, and then tense the whole leg from your buttocks to the flexed foot. Tense and squeeze the entire right leg. Squeeze, tense, squeeze it. All the energy is there. And then release it to the mat and drop it. We're going to do the same thing on the left. Lift the left, flex the foot. Squeeze from your buttocks all the way to the flexed foot. Squeeze, squeeze, tense the entire left leg. Tense it, squeeze it. And release. Inhale. Squeeze the entire abdomen and buttocks again. Squeeze the lower stomach, abdomen, buttocks. Squeeze and tense. All the energy is there. Squeeze, squeeze, tense. Tense all the muscles. And release. Lift the right hand, make a fist. Squeeze the entire right arm from the shoulder to the fist. Squeeze it, tense. Squeeze. Squeeze that entire right hand. And release. Lift the left. Make a fist. Squeeze the entire left arm from the shoulder to the fist. Squeeze, tense. And release. Lift the shoulders and inhale. Bring the shoulders up to the ears. Inhale and then squeeze the entire chest and shoulders. Squeeze it, tense the whole upper body. Squeeze, squeeze, and release. Bringing the shoulders away from the ears. Hands up. Palms are facing the ceiling. Go ahead and turn the neck a few times. Your head rotates left to right and left to right. Back to center. Open and close the jaw. Take a deep inhale again. This time squeeze the entire face, like a prune-like face. Squeeze the whole face. Squeeze it. Squeeze the face. Squeeze all the muscles, the eyes. Squeeze the cheeks. Squeeze the nose. Squeeze the mouth. Squeeze the whole face. Tense, tense. And release the entire face. Check the body, starting with the toes and the legs. Check for any last tension. Check the thighs, the torso, the hands, the forearms and the upper arms. Relaxing the entire body, the shoulders and the chest, and the head. Feel the body melting into the mat as you feel your inner peace. Relax into your Shavasana. As long as you can, savor this moment. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. In peace and love. Namaste.